Hey and welcome. How are you today? Hope you're doing really good. Because what I'm going to tell you right now at this exact time is how I was preparing the 15-meter tower. And this will be the whole process video. You have seen it all and you will see it somewhere here in this place. I'll be like putting all the images, etc. aside of me. So let me move a little bit so you'll have enough space. Yeah. So you have seen it all, how it was assembled already some time ago in the shed in the workshop, right? That is the piece of metal which seems to be quite huge, uh, partially covered with the first primer layer of protective layer. Then it was painted, of course, later on, and then it arrived to my place. Of course, I mean, distance is not that far from that place where it's manufactured, maybe 1 kilometer away, but still, you have to hire specific transport because I mean it's huge. It has two sections. I mean, actually three, but two main sections arrived at that first time. And the thing is that I had to prepare some place where to put them for temporary positioning because, well, it takes time to produce further preparations before it can finally be mounted. At this exact moment when I'm shooting this video, this exact piece, it's already up, tilted up, standing still, no wind turbine on it yet. But I mean, all the tensions, all the lifting up and down mechanisms checked, touched, they work, they have been checked fully, properly. Like it can fold, both sides. But I mean, there is a double tension mechanism, so you will be able to see it all. But I mean, once you see this in kind of perspective on paper and even shaped in metal but still in pieces, you don't imagine how huge and enormous this project is before it's fully erect. And we had a lot of work to do. We had to prepare a kind of a really massive foundation. So you may really see what kind of holes, how many of them has been dug. And I mean, I've used the techniques here with 3 pins and like to go down under the frost and the different and the total like height from the soil level down to the place where the pins were. It was 1.2 meters, which is 40 centimeters in my area below the frost level, possible frost level, but still. To add a proper counterweight, we added a massive plate on top, and I mean there were several tricks done. So of course it was like, because like the tricky part was none of the machinery, because I mean seriously, 5 cubic meters of concrete, you just take the order them from the factory and just get it delivered, pour it, forget it. Half an hour job, it's done. I mean it's easy, but the problem is that it was no such possibility to do this because there was already planted the crops, the potatoes and other stuff, garlic, I don't know, onions, whatever. So we had to be very careful not to damage anything, and this was a whole manual process, as you may clearly see. So the pins were concreted first. Of course, we were using a specific vibrator for the concrete because, well, you have to ensure that there are no bubbles, so to say, and that it's split, it's spread smoothly across all the holes, all the pores, and it fills on in all the gaps, and there is nothing extra left. While pouring this sexually, I mean in sections, sectionally, you have to ensure that you do this kind of splitting. So no this kind of splitting, no vertical splitting, but only horizontal splitting. That's what you can do. While specifically when you are concreting the slabs, you are, I mean, the slab is way thick enough. It's 40 something centimeters in the end. So we divided it by two, maybe 15 centimeters for the first part, and then the other part was what it was left. But the thing is that we had to like concrete the pin first, then to apply the rebar layering across everywhere, and then to add the second rebar layer. So it was, of course, double rebar layers on this thing. So it has a proper attachment. It has a proper strength. So nothing gets moving along here or there, and the concrete will not break during the strengthening process and afterwards as well. So yeah, don't forget like the very simple trick while concreting these kind of things. Once you have these screwable items like the bolts, right? So just apply the how do you call it the tape. Just apply the tape and that's it. With this, you protect the screw-in part from getting dirty, and it's very easy. You just remove it later on, and just very easily, you attach it and put it on in the works, and that's it. You probably have already seen or will see in the short videos how was this tower actually mounted. The process itself required to use a crane because again there was no possibility to do this manually. We had to assemble these two big sections using the crane. The third one, the smaller top one, the small cone one, it's 2 meters long only, maybe 2.2. It was attached to the second one, to the bigger one, right on the ground, so not to lift it up. Then why, like, you have to do as little manual job as possible once you have machinery helpers, right? So that's what we did. And as you may clearly see, it was like really, I mean, there was even nothing to show because like the foundation and all those preparations were done so neatly and so smoothly that we put the first section like in the blink of an eye, like boom, it's done. Like it was very, very quick. Everybody was really surprised. So like that was really went in seconds and just applied the nuts and that's it. And by the way, about the nuts, there are two nuts used. I will go outside and I will show you specifically what's the hint in there, what's the difference, and why so. So we'll be all able to see why specifically is it done this way and not the other one. But then once applying the second part, it's called the marriage. It's because you have to put it into the sliding element specifically, and then you have to add a stopper. A stopper is important thing because you have to ensure and prevent whatever possible sliding off or sliding away of the top section from the bottom section. That's indefinitely. And the last and the most complicated stuff was to properly attach and apply the cable. This required someone climbing upstairs to the whole top, to the very top, and then to just like wire guide the cable. The cable consists of two parts in my case because like I just used the leftovers that I had with the proper amount of connectors that ensure and secure the system, and then double tensioning, double tightening mechanism. So let me now go outside and I will show you specifically how is it working given the conditions that I have of a limited space.
And as you may clearly see, this thing is massive. Absolutely massive. Because I'm still moving the camera down. Sorry for the clouds. I cannot show you anything good with the nice weather because I mean, yeah, that's the sun. Anyways, two towing mechanism, two winches, right? So number one, the manual one, and it is used only to secure it here, and also it is used to attach it in the end on the final angle because like this one is the main towing mechanism still. How does it work? Oh, sorry. So how does it work? So first of all, I'm attaching this to this towing place, and I'm loosening this and tightening this so that the tail moves just a little bit to this side and the whole tower tilts a little bit. Once there is a proper angle, I mean, this one will not allow to move it further. It will start the tower itself will start falling down. Will be that piece that is hanging over there will be heavier. It will be lifting. It will be tilting down. So then this mechanism is already working on letting it go, not tightening, but letting it go. And at that moment, I have to detach this one and then to slowly let it go. But since I have a tight space, I had to use additional rollers so that the cable can be applied. I mean, of course, I'm removing this tension and one from the 10-meter tower that is located over here. You see, that's a tension in one. Oh, come on, where it is? That goes exactly over this place, and it will be I mean, it not will be. It will definitely be messing up with the main towing cable for the bigger tower. So that is why I'm removing it and then letting it go slowly and steadily using this electric mechanism until it falls down to the place where it's comfortable to mount the wind turbine. And then when tilting up, it's the whole opposite process. When I just tow it back until the end, the end of the tower is in probably somewhere approximately in this position. And then I have to stop, just use whatever small ladder I have, like this one will be maybe, or maybe not even with the ladder, just like I can climb on this place, and then attach the manual thing. The manual thing I will attach connected and using both of them, so I have one cable attached here and the other cable attached here. Now this one starts working as not allowing to move way too fast. So it will be working as kind of stopper or a slow moving down to that exact place. And then this thing is working as a towing because it tightens the tower to the position, to the fully upright position. I mean, of course, once it's fully set like this in this place, I am detaching this thing, right? Because it's not needed anymore. Because I know, like, who knows? I mean, this can be used on any other tower because it's movable. It can be used on this tower because that's the main place where it normally sits for me. It can be used from that place for like one of other three towers. And I have to apply the bolts as always. The bolts are connect. There are connections over there on the sections where they get their joints. So these are properly 10.8 grade, 10.9 sorry graded strength steel bolts with the proper sealing. They are securing this thing not to move anywhere. Now the only thing that I'm missing is the wind turbine for it, so I'll have to order it literally very soon. As I told you, I'm waiting for one more guy so we can save a little bit on the shipping. I'm not sure how much, but we'll try to. And yeah, that might be exactly the case. Yeah, and why two nuts? Let me show you why exactly. Because this is the place where the tower sits, and as you may clearly see, there is a nut down there. So, if under any circumstances I will see that the tower is not in a perfect upright position, it's not strictly vertical, I have the ability to justify it a little bit. Just a little bit by using like a standard wrenches. I will be able to move it a little bit up, put it a little bit down on any of the of the elements. Like me, it will be like really several mils, not more. Maybe even mils will be too much because I mean, once moving a mill here, it will move quite a lot over there. So it requires a really strong and nice and steady justification of how will it behave. I will be able to see this based on the wind turbine once it sets. Not exactly right now because like in this place I'm not going there by foot. No, you cannot make me do this. But I mean technically you can because guys who were helping me doing this, they were climbing upward without any ladders. So was I, but I was like just stopping like about at that bar. I was not going higher yet. But I mean, that's crazily, that's crazy how it's scary over there. Anyways, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, that's probably giving you some nice kind of hints. How can this be? Yeah, and one more thing, I could tell you the cost. How much actually did this thing cost me? The total price for it was roughly 3K USD. The size of the tubes. I mean, if somebody is specifically interested, I will just like let me know in the comments, and I will let you know, because as you clearly see, they are a little bit of a different size, of course, because like for the main ones you have to use a thicker one. For this internal you can use a smaller one. I mean, for those things, and the welds are quite nice, so the guys did pretty good job on the tower itself. And I'm sorry, but I cannot share the drawings for it, because I mean they cost a nice amount of money uh, to get them prepared. But it was done with the calculation specifically for a 4 meter wind turbine, specifically to be able to lift up to 150 kilos easily without any troubles. I mean, so that's what it's designed for. But it will not go for any bigger or like bigger in diameter and heavier wind turbine. No, 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 no. I would not risk that. That is the cost of mistake might be way too much. And one more thing to consider is that if for any reason it will fall down, so in any direction, in any possible direction, it will not damage any structure, and it will fully land on my land. So yeah, the only thing it can damage the other tower, or it can damage maybe the some kind of solar panels, technically. But I mean, that's the lesser evil, of course. I hope it will not fall. It will stand still for a nice amount of time. And my next thing is to probably finally put the 4 meter diameter, because I mean, we redid a lot of work yesterday with strengthening the 10-meter towers. That one is folded down still because there is also, and I've put again a lot of sway bars to make this 12-meter one stabilized. And like, I mean, there are no wind turbines here, only the small one in the middle, the Ukraine made one. But because that's because a lot of stuff has been changed. As I told you, summer will be changes period before the autumn comes, I mean, before some real wind turbine arrives, and before I put them in production, etc. Thanks for now. Sorry for the long video. Hit me in the comments if you're curious about some stuff. Thanks.